Hello, my peeps. Back again. It's just the wind is blowing here. It's the first day that's been warm enough so that I've got the front door open. I've got cross draft going, and I thought, what's that sound? And it was like, on one side of the house, no wind. On the ocean side of the house, wind. Wind, wind, wind. Looks like out of the southwest. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, the only thing I came up with today was to talk again about the concept of slipstream, because I think it's such an ongoing thing, and I don't know that it's self-evident. I've given the rap before, but I'm going to just give it again because I need to hear it as well. The idea behind slipstream, for some reason I can't talk today. The idea behind slipstream is entering the slipstream. It carries you forward. You're caught up in it and you're carried forward. And, simultaneous with that was the idea of when you're out of the slipstream. And there's a term in kayaking called eddying, where you pull into a quiet place out of the slipstream so you can rest, get out and explore, do whatever it is you need to do. It's not passive. You're in there on purpose, sometimes for protection from rough waters, sometimes, because you want to take a pee. But it's not, it's downtime. That whole concept is like, I think, kind of a crock. Because in our downtime, things are still happening. They're still happening. And so when we re-enter the slipstream, time has passed, we have changed, the current has changed, but we're back in the flow, going toward the ocean, that common place where everything ends up. And, it's something I need to both exit and enter the slipstream all the time. And it occurred to me it has something to do with dream time as well. Time is different when you're in the eddying place. No apparent forward movement. But who knows what happens in that peaceful place, in that respite place. So that's what I had. Oh, and I wanted to mention too, this is one of my favorite, it was like a thrift store find. Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion, kind of a bodhisattva figure, somebody who has compassion for us in our, in the dilemma of being corporate and human. And it tipped over. I think I tipped it over. I knocked it over. It's very heavy, porous, something or other, and it broke into 3 pieces. And I was going to ask a friend of mine who knows about glue, what should I use to try to put it back together? But he had come to my house at that very time to give me this, Shiva, that a mutual friend had printed out on a 3D printer for me, Shiva. And this is like a museum replica. And I don't know if you can really properly see it, but it's magnificent. I had this statue in brass, I guess. It had come to me through my daughter's boyfriend, and eventually he wanted it back. So this is like the return of Shiva. On the day I broke, I mean, there's something about that. Like before I could say, help me fix this one, he was at the door with this one. It's like the blessings got multiplied somehow. And there's the Maltese falcon in the background. You know, it's like the universe, through my friends, has said repeatedly, this is lost, I'll help you fix it. In fact, something else cool will come in. Like the loss is a gain. Slipstream. The loss is a gain. I don't know. Let's see. Cat ears in the cards. You know, I lit the sage, I lit the candles, and suddenly sage was going in the current and the candles were going in the... It's lively at this time of year. You know, there's flow. Slipstream. Being caught up in the current. That's what it is. And having the surrender to let it take you. Doesn't mean you don't paddle your kayak, but it's both control and surrender at the same time. I just think it's cool. First card out. Sorry, but it's so not what, you know, this is the mental trap from which we all want liberation. You know, this is not a comfortable place to be. The trap is in your mind. The trap is in your mind. You're not really trapped, but somehow you think you are. So your mind's in a trap. It's kind of a knot. It's kind of a tangle. And she's bound in the tangle. And blindfolded. It's a place of, it's sword energy, so it's a place of not understanding something or not seeing something, or of having beliefs or somebody's ideas about who you are bind you up. It's like something's gotten into your brain that's inhibiting. Maybe you from entering the slipstream. I don't know. Tell us. Boom. I mean, this is life force energy. This is fire. This is the Ace of Wands. Inspirational power. Personal power. It's an ace. You know, what could get you out of the mental trap of thinking you're trapped? Well, it's sort of, I acknowledge my life force and my power. I'm a growing thing. I'm creative, I'm empowered. And I know it. And you know, aces are also in the sense of the opportunity for this thing. So there's an opportunity to extricate yourself and to enter into this for real, personal, growing, powerful, creative thing. Tell us more about this new beginning, please, Spirit. Oh, phooey. Well, let's see. Okay, you again. The card of out in the cold, of being bereft, abandoned. You know, it's abandonment issues. I don't like the way that sounds, but, and it may be a literal abandonment because it's in pentacle energy. You know, it affects your life, not just your brain. It affects your, you know, your 3D life. Sorry, cat ears blowing in the wind. And it's a long time. It's Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. You know, not lack. This is the individual who is abundant, you know, by themselves. It's a nine. It's sort of the personal, singular individual. And in this card is particularly saying that this is the single individual who in their life in 3D stands alone. You know, they're not lonely. They're just capable of, they're self-sustaining. So this can't really happen to this person. It may have in the past, 5 years even. But in those 5 years, you, I venture to say, have gotten on your feet in a grounded way that allows you to take care of yourself, to be abundant. You know, this new beginning. You know, you're leaving this behind and stepping in, leaving 5 of Pentacles behind, stepping into 9 of Pentacles. Out of the mental trap. Okay, and then we get this guy, Page of Wands. The new beginning. The good news messenger. Bearer of good news, new beginning. On the path. Has been for some time, given his appearance. He's not the youthful page, he's the mature page. Because pages are sort of, they can be, you know, immature energies. This is like a mature Page of Wands. That's an interesting idea. Page of Swords. You've got a lot of youthful energy here, which makes sense because it's a new beginning. Pages of Swords indicate observation, study, the fresh idea. It can also be like a text, you know, some little message. And I have to say, this guy looks a little bit defensive. You know, he's almost back on one foot, ready to... Look at how he's holding his sword. It looks a little defensive to me. Wands energy, sword energy. Wands energy. Whoops. Sword. Oops. Butterfingers. Sword energy. And this might be somebody who's trying to figure out, studying on, how did I get into this trap? How do I get out of this mental trap? Is that the question? Three of Pentacles. Cooperation in building something with somebody. Hold it. Building something with somebody else. Oh, goodness. Okay. You know, in 3D. Constructing something over time. Everybody's investing in the construction of this physical something. Another page. This is really interesting because it's all fresh, it's all new, it's all young. quite know what to make of that yet, but I kind of like it. This is a concrete offer. You know, if you've got Three of Pentacles, cooperation in literally 3D, 3 pentacles, here's a building block. We can do this. I'll contribute. Something small. Something small. A building block. Ten of Pentacles. Comes under Page of Wands. It's supposed to clarify Page of Wands. Okay. I'm just trying to make a little more room. And sometimes when I move the cards around, I kind of see them again. Emperor. Divine Masculine. On Page of Pentacles. Which is interesting because Emperor is sort of the big boss. The Divine Masculine. The powerful person who's the authority figure. And this is a little building block. And it may be something like, this is the power, energy behind this little offer. Which is sort of odd because Emperor could offer everything in the realm. And it may be like a relationship that was very powerful in 5D, in the sort of psychic, intangible place. And as it, so far anyway, has expressed in this tangible way, has been small. There's a lot behind it. And clarifying Page of Wands, Ten of Cups. The matured, new direction. It sounds sort of weird, but, well, it's sort of like this. Big energy, little energy. Big energy, Ten of Cups, little energy, Page. So there's something expansive being expressed in a new way. We have Aries here. We have Aries here. Divine Masculine. So let's see about the trap, the mental trap, which looks like it's for the single person, which could be the Emperor. On Eight of Swords, Two of Swords. An impasse. A crossroads. And didn't I say that before? It's like to be in the trap or to be new, to be or not to be kind of thing. There's a choice to stay trapped in your head or to begin again, to grow. I think that's the choice. And if you put these two together, Two of Swords, Eight of Swords, Ten of Swords, the end of a painful cycle. Let's hope so, because neither of these energies feels great. To be trapped at the crossroads. What's that song? Oh, I can't. Robert Johnson. Something about going to the crossroads. Meeting the devil at the crossroads. Okay, I like that. On Ace of Wands, Sun. Both in wand energy, fire energy. Happiness, revelation, where we can see it. Things are revealed. Major Arcana, fire sign, paired up with the Ace of Wands. Things are warming up. You're warming up. Happiness, fulfillment, warmth. And next to it is the is the Five of Pentacles, that out in the cold thing. There's a new day. Ace of Wands, Sun. Out of this 5 years of, in the Bible, I think they say like 7 years of feast, 7 years of famine, 7 years of plenty. Well, this was sort of like, sorry, 5 years out in the cold. Not anymore. Next to Ace of Wands and Sun, Five of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles. There are new beginnings all over this. Read, fresh, young, potential energies, offerings of again, the building block. And if you add those two together, Five of Pentacles plus 1, and I have to just mention, I've seen this method of, a kind of numerology done by other tarot readers, one in particular who I really like. And I've adopted it, and it seems to make sense to read it this way. It's worked for me. Five of Pentacles plus this one is Six of Pentacles, which is reciprocity. It's the opportunity for reciprocity. Equal give and take. Not this thing where you're out in the cold. It's like we're sharing our resources, our sense of what is valuable and what matters, how we show up in the world. It's like simpatico. So let's see, what about this independent, self-sustaining individual who can stand alone? Doesn't, she's not in any kind of isolation that is taking her away from taking her away from the world. She's just authentic. Oh my God. Oh, that's shitty. This was clarifying 9 of Pentacles, the one who can stand on her own 2 feet. He, she, they. Card of Virgo. So we have Leo, Aries, Virgo. She can stand on her own 2 feet. Well, she better be able to. If she's been through contention and betrayal, somebody fought her and then took the spoils of war and split. She's been dealing with a lot of crappy sword energy that had her stuck up in her head and at an impasse. But it sounds, it made her stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, indeed, this is a Pentacles person, a life force person, somebody who has grown into herself, into themselves, his self, herself, themselves. and is authentic and real in Pentacles. And because she was hit with a bunch of bullshit, Nine of Wands, she hung in there. She's a wounded warrior. But man, I mean, because Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, same person. Self-sustaining, despite the fact that they've, or because of, given how we're reading it here, because of what they've been through. Like they survived, this character survived the mental trap, the impasse, and I think hung in there long enough also to begin investing in themselves. Ace of Pentacles, the self card. Nine of Pentacles, the individual. And it's really, it's going to involve a great positive growth, life force growth, warmth, happiness, etc. And that's a big change over Five of Pentacles, which is cold, lonely, abandoned. So this Nine of Pentacles person got strong because she was messed about. So let's see about this, the little message or the new perspective or what's been learned. Wow. Strength. What's been learned, I think, is this Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. You know, to hang in there and to shore yourself up so that you can stand alone. If you've been abandoned, if you've been messed about, it's made you stronger. Strength card, card of courage, card of compassion, Kuan Yin, goddess of compassion. Leo time. Lots of Leo energy in both of these cards, the Sun and Strength. And boy, have we been getting that as a timing card. You know, and I usually say, I don't read for timing. Well, evidently, that seems to be changing a little bit. Which would be in maybe August. Okay. So yeah, tell us about the lesson. The new. Okay. Moving on. From the lousy sword energy. We've been getting that a lot lately too. A bunch of very challenging sword energies, and then this one, where you're moving on. Slipstream, kind of. Moving on. Learning how to move on. Page of Swords, Six of Swords. And you know, you could add those two together, the one that the page is carrying. And I said sort of defensively, to these six, you get Seven of Swords, which we just saw here as a sort of deceiver card. The trickster, the one who's made off with the booty? Is it booty? You know, the pirate who steals your stuff. We were clarifying Oh, the lesson. Okay, and it's interesting. That's a door that's getting blown open. We've got that 6 of swords. We've got the 5 of cups and the 4 of cups. So it's 6, 5, 4, and it's also 4 of cups, 5 of cups. In general, I mean, the kind of congregate message here is successfully on the path, moving on from sorrow and sort of inertia. There's movement now, because 4 of Pentacles can be, you know, sort of asleep at the wheel. The guy's got his eyes shut. It's also a little bit dreamtimey, like I was talking about before. You know, dreaming of connection and love. You know, and kind of not getting it. Moving on. From the mindset of I've missed the opportunity, or I conceived of a love and I got heartbreak, sorrow, grief. This is sort of, to me, the card of widow, widower, you know, feeling that deep loss. I'm just going to put these in their proper order. But we're moving on. It is a 4. Emperor is a 4. Okay. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 is strength. I don't know. Timing, I'm also getting a bit of like pretty fast. Maybe 6 weeks to complete this passage out of sadness and a feeling of lost opportunity. Being sad because you couldn't manifest it. Not sure. Anything else for... Well, let's see about the cooperative 3 of Pentacles 3D business. Because we're moving away from the lack and the loss. You know, a new way of perceiving it, a new lesson from it. How to move into 3D, the building of abundance, basically, with somebody else. Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot. It is a lot. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Swords. Let's just deal with that right off the bat. Heartache, scary sword energy, loss, pain. That's like impeded your ability to talk even. So there's been all these bad sword energies, it did create pain. They really did. Next card up, death card, transformation. Scorpio, full moon that's we've just been through. The end of something, the beginning of something else. Temperance. Healing. It's a card of healing. Transformation and healing. Around this 3 of Swords, pain that maybe nobody's talking about. Well, this is divine timing. And this is also Sagittarius, another fire sign, along with strength and sun. and Emperor. All the major arcana here are fire sign or fire energy, including this one, the card of divine timing. I really think it's, you know, if you can hang in. And the major arcana, I mean, are wonderful. Magician, 3 in a row. I mean, I'm gobsmacked. Transformation, divine timing, healing, and magician. The major manifester, the master manifester, card of Gemini and Virgo, as above, so below. You know, in divine timing, this is coming through. And I don't think it's in Scorpio season. It's a transformation. Well, I don't know. I mean, timing cards, I think, are, you know, I usually shy away from them, but for some reason, I'm getting it. I'm getting those. But the good news is, I mean, really, heartbreak and then this brilliance. And again, this individual who has suffered some bad behavior on the part of, it seems like, other people. But we have the 5, 6, 7, 8 of swords. So it is a movement, presumably out of that, because now it's time for the big transformation and the big manifestation. All major arcana cards. Scorpio, Sag, Virgo, Gemini. Which is a nice balance. Water, fire, earth, air. They're all there. And in Magician, they're all there. He has every element on the table. He's working with all the elements to manifest. And man, look at the manifestation. And again, we have the message coming in. And I feel the obligation to peek. Okay, please stop. Yeah. And I'm not even sure I should take them all. But look at this. Message coming in. Fast communication. And it may have to do with somebody leaving something behind and going on a path to a higher love. Investing, big time, boots on the ground, masculine energy. Here I am. Here I am, all of me. Justice, the card of balance, equilibrium, fairness, you know, a clear decision. In sword energy, the energy of the night. Moon. Moon is both a feminine energy of receptivity, of being intuitive, of being in tune with the moon, the cyclical feminine energy. We have sun moon here, which is basically the masculine and feminine principles in balance. In balance. And if there were secrets kept, or fear, there's now a grounded energy. King of Pentacles. Things are balanced and fair. Scorpio moon. letting go, releasing anything that has held you back. And moon energy, Pisces, it's the card of deep feelings that are coming to the surface. Sun, moon. You know, and being embodied, you know, incarnate, that magician energy of bringing it into reality. I think that's it. I mean, you know, and I really do think this is that business entering the slipstream, leaving behind the 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, wretched situation that made you sad, that made you feel like you weren't able to manifest love. Well, guess what? In it comes, in divine timing, the transformation, the manifestation. You know, so as you're trying to figure out what you want to draw in, you know, from there to here, to tap into all the energies to pull it in, just be mindful of, you know, making it clear what you want to manifest, which is the transformation and the healing. So just like, be clear. And balanced. As above, so below. I mean, it's just, you know, as usual, we just aren't turning up desperate or it's all about leaving behind situations like this in order to step into our happiness. What's real and solid. What's warm and strong and courageous. What's full of fire and life force. It's not a cold, crap sword energy. Because swords can be cold. But it's also Libra. You know, the card of justice and balance. So there's been a correction, a kind of a correction here. Something being rectified is maybe how I should put it. Oh, I love it. You guys, please, if you haven't already, subscribe. Give the video... Oh, sorry. I just banged my own candle here. Yeah, do this. Hit the icon. It just means, you know, you like the video. If you like the video, that's helpful. It helps with the YouTube algorithms and such. If you haven't subscribed, please do. There's a little subscription box down below. It says subscribe. You hit that, you get a bunch of bell icons, which just allows you to control when and if you want to be notified that I'm posting another video. It's free. There's nothing, you know, it's no skin off anybody. You can subscribe or unsubscribe. All it does is help grow the channel. And if you want to, share it with somebody else. You know, feel free to email this to somebody or give them a link in a text. You know, it's sharing the wealth because, boy, we're tapping into something quite wonderful. And I thank everybody who's subscribed already. It's growing, and you know, you inspire me to keep going. I love you guys.